Let us pray. Lord, we thank you now for this day. We thank you, Lord, for letting us come. Gather us up, Lord, right now. Let us be your children. I pray, Lord, now a word will be said here today that will encourage us, motivate us to go further with our walk with you. Something will be said that we can apply to our lives, and we can go out and share the good news about you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Great. Oh, don't sound like everyone like great. Y'all dragging over it a little bit this morning now. Now, how you doing this morning? Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. Is that right, Charles? What do you think? Amen. But it's truly, let me tell you, it's a blessing to be in the house of the Lord one more time. If you have your Bibles with you, turn me to the Luke 17th chapter and the first verse. Luke 17 and 1. I'll be reading from the New King James Version of the Bible today, so my version will be different than the Pew Bible. So you can make a side note in your notes. NKG. It reads, "It is impossible that offenses will not come, but woe to him though whom they come." You may be seated. For a topic I will use this morning, Neil, don't be so sensitive. Don't be so sensitive. Well. Let me tell you, offenses are going to come. You are going to be offended. If you've not been offended today, you might make it through today, but I can assure you for the weeks out, you're going to be offended. Somebody's going to do something, and they're going to make you mad. If you decide to volunteer in the church, if you decide to come sing in the choir, sooner or later you're going to be in the choir, and guess what? Somebody's going to offend you. Charles, I know they tried to offend you at times, but they can't do it, can they, Charles? If you decide to park the cars outside or guide traffic, somebody's going to give you an eye or tell you you're number one. Go with the wrong finger. Sooner or later, we're going to all be offended, aren't we, church? Throughout your lifetimes, something or someone, they're going to say something, and it's just going to offend us. We're all vulnerable to offenses at some point. It may humiliate you, insult you. The good news is God will wipe every tear from your eye. All you have to do, as Jason said earlier, all we have to do is give that burden to the Lord. But do you know what? Natural predators on the island of New Zealand. So they can't fly. There's no threat to them. Do you know when a plane takes off, what does it do? It takes work into the wind. With us, sometimes we have to go into the wind. Sometimes through offenses, we become stronger, we become wiser, we become better. We have to learn to rise above when people just act ugly. All right. Now, I don't know about you. I know a lot of people, sometimes they can really get underneath my skin. Well. Now, I'm sure I'm the only one that deals with people that can get underneath their skin. Y'all know we all got that annoying family member, that annoying co-worker, that annoying cousin, that annoying somebody that just gets all underneath our skin. It's so easy, but it's impossible to avoid. None of us are exempt. Since it's impossible for you to escape from being offended, we have to learn to be able to deal with it. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. It's hard. Because how many times when somebody offends you, what do you want to do? Natural tendencies do what, church? We're going to attack back, right? Now, do you argue to lose or do you argue to win? To win. Come on, somebody. Nobody's going to start an argument to lose. A natural person offend us, we want to what? Offend back. You know, it's easy. You know, sometimes people do stuff. I was in the car the other day and someone honked at me and I had to hold my hand back. Said, y'all know what I'm talking about. I had to flinch. You know, I had to flinch coming up top. And I said, Lord, I was like, I had to, you know, had to hold my roll, hold my roll. I like, you know, come on now, somebody. See, I'm not saying we ain't saved. I'm not saying we're not saved. I'm not saying we all struggle with that, but every now and then somebody, now let somebody mess with our children. Well, oh my. They won't even know you're a Christian when you get through talking with them. Come on, somebody. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They'll be like, you go to church? He a preacher? Really? Come on, somebody. I'm not saying we're not saved. I'm not saying we are saved, but look, we get offended, and what's that natural tendency is to what? Lash out. Right. And when we lash what? To hurt. We lash to wound. We lash to speak. That's what's natural. That's the natural tendency of us. That's why Paul says in Romans, we have to renew our mind daily. It's a daily thing. Well, and every now and then we lose our religion. It's like someone, you know, when someone keeps pecking at you, you know, they're just that little bit, and just, you ever said it? I heard this one time. My grandma said, boy, you got one more time. You got one more time. Well, and I knew that one more time, it was not going to be no one more time. I knew just to take my stuff and move right along. Right. But you know, it's easy. In 2 Samuel, the 10th chapter, I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to abbreviate it a little bit. It talks about when the neighboring king died. Well, the neighboring king died, and David was going to send some emissaries over, like ambassadors. You know, like when someone from another country dies, the president or the vice president, or somebody from America goes over to sort of show their respect. Mm-hmm. Well, the king, you know, David said, I'm going to send two of my mighty men over there. I'm going to send them to sort of represent our country, to represent it, and give honor to the king. Well, you know, there's always somebody whispering in somebody's ear. So the king's son was taken over, and the king sort of advisor got in his ear. You know, these men are coming to honor. You know, these men are coming to take something right now. You know, they're coming to size us up, to come in for the attack. They want to come in and take what we have. There's always somebody whispering in your ear. Always remember, you got to have a discerning spirit of what people are telling you. Because if you do what they say, if you not discern what they're saying, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Well, so when David's mighty men came, the king was like, go view the funeral, come to the funeral. And cut it up to the butt. So the buttocks would be showing. Now, in biblical times, your beard, and even if you notice with Jewish men, the devout, they have long white beards. That was a sign of them, of their manhood. That was a sign. So basically what they did, they offended them. So David heard about what was going on, and he told the men, no, don't let them come into the city. I don't want people to see their shame. Send them to Jericho. Send a tailor to fix their dress, well, not dress, but their cloak, and let their beard grow back before they come back. Do you know what Jericho means? It means sweet fragrance. I say that to say today, sometimes when we get offended, we need to go to our sweet place. We need to go to Jericho. And I want to tell you, there's going to be times you're going to be like, I need to go to Jericho right now because I'm about to lose it. There's going to be times when I say, you know what? I need to go to Jericho because I feel it coming on right now. Because someone has offended us. But you know what? David didn't let their shame to be seen. He didn't want the shame. Isn't that what God our Father does to us? Think about the prodigal son. When he was out coming in, what did the father do? He ran and put a cloak over him so that his shame and all that dirt, all that filth that he was on, so that what? It couldn't be seen. All right. That's what God does to us. When we're offended, we've got to learn, I got to go to Jericho because I'm about to give him a piece of my mind. We want to take the battle, we want to fight the battle. Don't we, church? We want revenge. All of us in here can say, including myself at times, when they mess over me, I want to get back at what they've done to me. You know, there's two things that belong to God. Do you know what the two things in the scripture that he said that belong to him? One is the tithes, the other is revenge. Romans 12:19 says this, vengeance is mine, just saith the Lord. Right. We have to learn to go to Jericho, and we've got to learn to let God deal with that person, that individual, or that situation. When you're offended, Don't seek after, because usually when I try to take the vengeance on mine, usually I'm the one looking bad.
All right.
Do you know God can deal with your enemy so bad that you'll end up praying for your enemy for God to relent? Because you'll feel so bad. See, God can do things that we can't do.
Well,
that's what we got to stand back and let God fight that battle. We got to let God deal with that person's heart. And you know what? Sometimes we don't know how God works. He works in his own time. But that's why we have to learn to go to Jericho when they offend you. Go to your sweet place. What is your sweet place? Is your sweet place your closet? Is your sweet place, what I mean, some people have a prayer closet. Is your sweet place sitting on the back of your porch? Listen to the bird sing. Is your sweet place on a riverbank fishing for fish? Well, but wherever it is when you're offended, visit in your mind. Because, let me tell you, I don't know about you, but I just know about me. I'm going to speak about me. Usually when I say something mean and hurtful to somebody else, I'm the one that's feeling bad. Because I done took it upon my hands and I done done something that I'd be like, man, I shouldn't have said that.
Well,
oh, I shouldn't have said that. That's something I shouldn't have done and I shouldn't have said. Don't seek vengeance. God will avenge you. Let me ask you, we'll cut up over our children, won't we, church?
well,
Why do we not think God won't cut up over us? Why do we not think that God won't do the same for us? God loves us so much. But we've got to learn, hey, people are going to call us things that they shouldn't have called us. What I've learned in my life, when I stood back and let God handle it, when I let God deal with it, I'm going to tell you now, God has moved some people out of my life.
all right.
God has moved some people out of my job market. God has moved some stumbling blocks out in front of me. But I'm going to tell you, don't think that God don't see it. Don't think that God won't do it. God will avenge it. God will avenge you. Just got to give him room, church. Don't work by revenge through old hatred. In Ezekiel 25 and 15, it said that the Philistines work by revenge through old hatred. How many people are stuck on old things? You know, they sitting around, you're mad. They up whiteboard running down the slide. They outside having a good time. They smiling. You sitting there, mad.
Well,
You're sitting there, they sitting there eating their sweet potato pie. You in there, throwing the dishes down. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, you're outside kicking the rocks, kicking the dust, you know. Saying words to yourself that probably ain't decent to say. Come on, somebody. I know I ain't the only one. You're walking outside so nobody can hear what you're saying. You mad and going on, and they in there like, ooh, la, la. They ain't even thought about nothing they said. They ain't thought about nothing they done.
right.
Who don't want to suffer in that situation?
Right.
Me. That's what we've got to learn. We can't hold on to these old things. We've got to learn to be able to let it go. Now look, I always tell people, if you let a crackhead in your house and they steal from you, whose fault is it? What did you expect them to do? Steal, right? If they didn't and they gave you something, would you be more surprised than anything? So if people are always offending us, why are we not surprised by their reaction? Why are we surprised by what they do? That is what they do. If a person is mean and hateful, that is who they are. So if they're nice, would you be more surprised if they're nice? Or would you be like, well, it's the same old thing? The thing of it is, church, we can't change anybody, only God can. That's why we have to learn to step back and say, God, they offended me again. Go out in my yard, kick my rocks, give my time with the Lord. Let me go to Jericho, my sweet place, because let me tell you about the story of David. Because what happened is, David went and sent the man on a peaceful trip. But guess what happened at the end of the story? David sent Joab and the mighty men, and guess what happened? They wiped them all out. That's why you have to discern when people tell you things, because instead of getting a blessing, sometimes you can get a curse. People are saying. But that's another message. I won't stay on this topic. But we have to forgive those who have offended us. Jesus told Peter in Matthew 18 and 22, you must forgive your brother, not 7 times, but 77. 70 times 7. It's not about keeping score. It's about losing the count. I know what you're saying right now. I know what you're saying. Well, if I forgive them, they're just going to do it again?
Well.
But I want to ask you this question. How many times has God forgiven you? How many times God has forgiven me? Do I not expect that same forgiveness when I sin every day? That's why we don't keep count. It's about losing the count. We don't give up. Jesus said in this world we're going to have tribulation, but no matter the circumstances, you can't give up. You must press on. Proverbs 24:10. This verse says, it's a good verse. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. Adversity is going to come. Offense is going to come. Trouble is going to come. But we have to learn to go to Jericho when that time's come. Sickness is going to come. Pain is going to come. Heartache is going to come. Trouble is going to come. Financial trouble is going to come. You're going to be in a desperate state. And sooner or later, somebody's going to call you out your name. Sooner or later, somebody's going to do something that's going to hurt your feelings. Sooner or later, somebody's going to call you everything but a child of God. Sooner or later, they're going to talk about you. Sooner or later, they're going to look at you funny. Y'all know how that people look at folks? They won't be saying nothing, but their eyes tell everything when they just look at you like you're funny. But sooner or later, what I've learned in life is this. You have to learn to forgive. I've had people call me everything but a child of God. In my old days, I would be ready to fight in a minute. Church, I'm not going to sit here and tell you. I'll be ready to defend my name, defend my wife's name, defend whoever's name. I've had people call me everything but a man. I've had people call me some kind of lover. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, I've had people inscribe the name on the side of my car. I've had people slash my tires on my car. In them days, I was ready to fight, Cliff. I was ready to get out and start packing. But guess what? I have learned in life this, that you got to stand back and you got to let God fight that battle. You got to stand back and you got to learn to say, you know what, God, I'm going to let you avenge me today. I'm going to let you take that stumbling block and move them out. I remember a story one time I was talking at my cousin. I was at a bar. I was not saved at that time. Let me get a disclaimer. I remember, so if I ever say anything, ever came to the bar? Yes, I was. After work one day, my cousin was a waitress. I was sitting there talking to him, and I had one of my co-workers said, well, at least he's talking to a white girl. I said, I tell you what, buddy, why don't me and you go outside and I'll make you black and blue right now. Come on, but see, I had to learn not to take the battle into my own hand, but I had to learn over life. It takes over life sometimes that you got to learn to let God, because y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all be ready to fight right now if you had to. And I know what? And if you push somebody the wrong way, maybe I would too. But what I've learned is this. You've got to give it to God, because the offense will come. But when I have stood back over my life and I let God fight that battle, I'm going to tell you, I have won every single time. I've seen people that have been ugly, all of a sudden come and ask for forgiveness. I've seen people that, you know what, when they ask for ugly, I've seen God move them out of my life. I've seen Him move them out of sickness. I've seen Him move them out of despair. Because I'm going to tell you, we serve a God. We know God is a God of love. But He is a God of vengeance. Because vengeance says it is His. And I'm going to tell you, God will fight for us. But all we got to do is stand back and let Him battle. Church today, we're going to be offended. Someone's going to offend you. Jesus was offended all the time. Look what He said on the cross. He took to the cross for me and for you. And what did He say on the cross? Forgive them not, for they know not what they do. So we're going to be there, but we just got to remember, go to Jericho when you get angry. Go to Jericho, that sweet place. And realize, leave room for God's wrath. Amen. Let us stand.
Picking up passengers from coast to Just thank the Lord.
Amen. Amen. All minds clear? Church, over the next 2-3 years, there'll be massive changes going on around us. But then, in February and August, when they close on a Friday, come Monday, they're going to have the bulldozers start moving dirt and clear. And then in 1 year, he said it's going to take them for they'll start building houses. So in the next 2 to 3 years, we will have roughly 2,000 to 3,000 people moving right behind us and across the street from us. So as a church, we've got to prepare ourselves for it. Amen. That's it.
Get right, church, and let's go home. Oh, get right, church, and let's go home. Oh, get right, church, get right, church, yeah, get right, church, and let's go home. Yeah, I'm going home on the morning train. Oh, I'm going home on the morning train. Oh, I'm going home. I'm going home, I'm going home on the morning train. Well, the evening train might be too late. Oh, evening train might be too late. Evening train might be too late. I'm going home on the morning train. Well, back train, ain't too low. Back train, to low. Back train, well, back train. Back train, ain't get to the low. Oh, I'm going home on the morning train. Oh, I'm going home on the morning train. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. Well, I'm going home on the morning train.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you now for this day. We thank you, Lord, for letting us come. We know the offenses will come. But Lord, no, we know now that you're able. Let us leave room, Lord, now for you to do the vengeance, Lord, right now. And let us go to Jericho, that sweet place. And Lord, I pray continue to bless us so we can be a blessing to you and to others. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.